Tractor as a snow groomer. Equipped with rubber tracks and attachments from Mueller, the agricultural tractor is transformed into a powerful overall solution for maintaining cross-country ski trails, winter hiking trails, and toboggan runs. That sounds like an exciting alternative to expensive special machines. Economical alternatives that are becoming more and more important, especially in times when there is a lack of snow and even shorter winters. But does this technology also work in hard, continuous use? And can it really replace a snow groomer? In search of answers, we visited various users in Austria and Switzerland and looked over their shoulders at work. We start our operation report in the municipality of Lech am Arlberg. With more than 300 kilometers of piste, the winter sports region in the border area between Vorarlberg and Tyrol is the largest continuous ski area in Austria and one of the 5 largest in the world. In the snow-covered Zug Valley, where the Lech has its origin, we accompany Peter Kaufmann, who prepares the trail for cross-country skiers with the new tractor. The combination of a Lindner Track, rubber tracks, as well as a dozer blade and Nordic tiller from Mueller were purchased by the municipality of Lech as a replacement for a snow groomer. We learned from building yard manager Gunther how this came about.
Until now, we had a usual snow groomer, which did its job. But it was getting old, which is why we were looking for a replacement. We came across the Lindner with the rubber tracks. We tested it and found that it works great for us. Of course, every vehicle has its advantages. It has to be said that we often cross streets, drive over curbs, or even when there is little snow. The rubber tracks have proven themselves very well. After testing the vehicle for one winter, we decided to buy it.
Snow is a complex matter. Making the perfect cross-country ski slope under all conditions is the big challenge that the company Mueller from Austria faces every day. The most important product is the self-developed Nordic tiller for the 3-point attachment. This device also had a significant influence on the purchase decision made by the municipality of Lech.
The deciding factor for the purchase was the Nordic tiller, which also worked in very hard conditions. Even at slower speeds, which you have to do with every vehicle on hard underground, the Nordic tiller made a perfect cross-country ski slope. Another reason was that we can use tractor on rubber tracks to drive on roads or prepare walking paths without causing any damage. The vehicle also drives very quietly in use and is also very mobile. Reversing in a dead end is no problem and causes no damage to the ground.
In principle, the attachments are combined with almost every tractor. In Lech, the decision was made in favor of the Lindtrack 100 from the Tyrolean manufacturer Lindner, a very mobile and compact vehicle that is very well suited for this application with its continuously variable transmission and 117 horsepower engine power. The rubber tracks are produced by M-Tracks, a partner company of the Mueller company. With their large contact area and optional hard metal spikes, they improve traction and enable safe progress in rough terrain and on slippery surfaces. This also works off the trail when it comes to moving large amounts of fresh snow. The 12-way dozer blade is also suitable for distributing artificial snow deposits and for leveling transverse gullies on the trail. Peter has everything under control with the multifunction joystick on the armrest. He doesn't miss the snow groomer he used to use.
In the tractor, you have a good all-around view, which is very important when driving during the day when there may be people on the trail. In addition, with the suspension of the tractor, you have a high level of driving comfort in contrast to a snow groomer, even in hard conditions. The Nordic tiller also works very well when the snow is hard. For example, if it rained and froze overnight, or the snow is generally just hard, we can still get an excellent track with the tiller, which we were not able to do before. The vehicle also works great in deep snow, maybe not quite as fast as a snow groomer, but still very well. If there is almost no snow, you can also drive, even over the green field, without causing any damage. Thanks to the all-wheel steering, there is no damage to the ground, and you can also drive on asphalt roads without any problems. To sum up, you are more flexible.
Man ist einfach flexibler.
Mueller has improved the Nordic tiller in the new Pro version in many details, from the drive to the design of the tiller shaft and housing to ease of maintenance. This allows a higher preparation speed with a perfect finish. The quality of the trail is right. The guests also confirm this.
Wir haben natürlich relativ viel Langläufer.
There are a lot of cross-country skiers in our ski area, including professional cross-country skiers. We also received very positive feedback for the skating trail, which we started 10 years ago, simply because the quality of the trail with the new vehicle is very good.
Und dass auch die Qualität von vorher zu jetzt einfach gut ist. Ja.
Ich unterhalte mich öfters mit den Langlauf.
I often talk to the cross-country skiing instructors who are out and about every day, and to the skaters, who sometimes run the entire trail twice a day, how they think about the trail and what they think we can improve. They're all happy, so I'm happy too.
Dann bin ich auch zufrieden, wenn sie zufrieden sind.
Peter spends 4 to 5 hours a day with the Lindtrack, longer if there is fresh snow, to prepare a 30-kilometer-long trail. In an average winter, the machine is used for around 500 to 600 hours. After the season, the rubber tracks are exchanged for normal wheels. This enables year-round use and high operating grade.
Die Wirtschaftlichkeit ist natürlich auch ein
Efficiency is of course also a factor. We didn't buy the vehicle because it was cheaper than a usual snow groomer, but because we can also use it in summer. With the tractor, we not only replaced our snow groomer, but also an old Mercedes Unimog, which we don't have to replace because we have the tractor now.
Müssen wir nicht mehr ersetzen, weil wir den Traktor haben. Das ist keine Frage.
We watched the machine at work for a while. The snow-covered winter landscape and the fantastic mountain panorama inspire not only the guests. Peter, who grew up here, also appreciates this workplace.
Ja, ein schönerer Job gibt's eigentlich nicht.
There really isn't a better job for me. If you drive into the Zugetal in the morning and you are the first one who's there, with 30 centimeters fresh snow, you can hardly experience anything more beautiful. No one is there before you. You're just the first, and you'll probably see some wild animal. Together with the sun and the panorama, it's just a dream job.
Das ist einfach ein super Job.
With these atmospheric shots, we leave the Arlberg region and continue our report in the beautiful Bregenz-Urwald. Just 30 kilometers away, as the crow flies, a completely different picture awaits us. Here in the municipality of Egg, at 560 meters above sea level, spring has already arrived in mid-February. Green meadows as far as the eye can see. But right in the middle, there is a small white spot, the Junkara Biathlon Center for the Ski Club Egg. This winter, the only possibility for cross-country skiing in the whole region. With his John Deere tractor and a Mueller Nordic tiller, Stefan Heidegger brings the snow back into shape. Word has gotten out about his reliability and clean work, so that today he prepares the cross-country ski trails for a total of 3 communities. He can still remember the beginnings well.
Also mir haben mal gefragt, ob ich die Loipe machen würde. Am Anfang habe ich mit
Some time ago, the community approached me and asked if I could prepare a trail for them. I finally started with a small tractor without a dozer blade and a Nordic tiller, so I just flattened the snow to get a hiking trail. Later, they wanted a cross-country ski slope in the village again, so I tested a Mueller Nordic tiller. I was very happy with it and bought it straight away. At first, I prepared the trail for the communities of Großdorf and Egg, and the community of Lingenau quickly joined. Since then, I've been preparing the trail for the 3 communities, which is about 30 kilometers. There are also winter hiking trails and the Biathlon Center in Egg. On request, I can also prepare everything for children's ski jumping, for our toboggan race or something similar, which people always get really excited about.
The mild winter of the last few weeks has really taken its toll on the snow. A large part of the trail has already melted away. Stefan does without track system and instead works with normal wheels, which he puts in chains if necessary. The machine shows its strength to the full, especially in winters with little snow like this one.
Ich kann also mit 15 cm Schnee.
With 10 to 15 centimeters of snow, I can already create a perfect ski track. Driving around corners without damaging the ground, pushing artificial snow, or switch across the street to the next trail in another municipality. I don't have any problems with the tractor, even when there's a lot of fresh snow, because there's always good underground to drive on a cross-country ski slope. I often only drive with 2 or no chains. I only mount 4 chains for special tracks, steep slopes, or when it's very icy, so everything works without a problem.
Oder Steilhänge mache, oder wenn es hier eisig ist, aber sonst geht es problemlos.
5 years ago, the Egg Ski Club set up this small but fine biathlon center to get young athletes excited about the Nordic disciplines. Since the end of his active sports career, Balthasar Schneider has been taking care of the promotion of young talents. The former ski jumper is happy to have found a reliable partner in Stefan.
Da haben wir natürlich einen riesen Vorteil mit dem Stefan und mit dem Mueller.
With the combination of Stefan as a driver and Mueller's technology, preparing the cross-country trails works very well for us. With the flat terrain and compact snow, we always get a high-level trail. Especially the Nordic tiller creates a great surface with a good structure for skating. Additionally, thanks to his experience, Stefan can also prepare amazing jumps or something similar for us if we want it. We are very happy that with Stefan and Mueller, we have the ideal partners who can fulfill us every wish.
Mit dem Mueller zusammen da Dreck haben, wo es alle wieder zur Verfügung steht.
Stefan is happy about the trust placed in him and puts his heart and soul into this work. He can rely on the Mueller Nordic tiller regardless of the conditions.
Wenn andere Maschinen sich schwer tun,
When other machines are struggling, or when it freezes overnight like today and the snow gets very hard, the Mueller Nordic tiller still works without problems. Winter sports enthusiasts always have a lot of fun with the cross-country ski run, and the winter hiking trail is also very compact thanks to the Nordic tiller, so that people can even drive on it with baby buggies. I always get a lot of compliments.
bekomme ich immer ein großes Lob.
Outside the winter season, Stefan uses the tractor for agricultural purposes. This ensures good utilization. After the work is done, he can drive onto the road without getting off the tractor and transfer the machine to the next job. We leave Austria and drive to Switzerland. St. Moritz is located in the canton of Graubünden at 1,800 meters above sea level, an exclusive holiday destination embedded in the breathtaking mountain world of the Engadine. World-famous sporting events take place on the frozen lake every winter.
Also wir sind hier auf dem gefrorenen St. Moritzer See.
Here we are on the frozen lake St. Moritz, where various events have been taking place for years, such as snow polo, which was invented here and held for the first time, the horse races of white turf, and the auto event The Ice. Those are the main events we have here on Lake St. Moritz.
3 Hauptevents, die wir auf dem St. Moritzer See haben.
More than 30,000 spectators come to St. Moritz every year to join in the excitement at these events. Pedro works for the Sea Infra AG, which is responsible for setting up and maintaining the systems. Using a compact Kubota tractor, he works the ice to create a non-slip surface. Here too, the Mueller Nordic tiller does a very good job.
Müllerfräse sind wir sehr zufrieden.
We are very satisfied with the Mueller Nordic tiller. It really is the non-plus-ultra. Because it is PTO-driven, you immediately notice the full torque when you use it. On the lake, we have situations where the ground is very hard or even pure ice. And with the tiller, we are able to turn ice back into white snow with a great structure.
So dass eigentlich wieder eine Struktur drin ist, oder? Und dass alles schön weiß ist.
The maneuverable Kubota particularly prepares the winding areas and narrow paths between the tents, but also supports the 2 snow groomers on the large areas. The adjustable dozer blade on the front hydraulics is used by Pedro to push snow and scrape the surface beforehand. It is no consequence that he chose such a small and lightweight vehicle. The frozen lake has its own laws.
Wir dürfen eigentlich mit 27 cm.
As soon as the ice has reached a thickness of 27 centimeters, we get the go from the St. Moritz Municipal Council to drive down the lake with our large snow groomers, which weigh 8.20 tons and have safety floats installed. This allows us to ensure safety and release the lake for vehicles up to 3.5 tons without a safety float. Thus, the Constellation with the tractor also comes into play. As it stands here, it weighs less than 3.5 tons, which is why we don't need the safety floats, which are very expensive.
Was halt alles, was mit Schwimmer ist, kostet halt viel Geld.
The season on the frozen lake lasts around 4 weeks and runs from the end of January to the end of February. There are certainly cheaper holiday destinations, but with its unique location, countless activities, and world-famous events, St. Moritz also has a lot to offer.
The fact that our events take place on the frozen lake makes it so special. Anyone can do it in the country, but it's very special on the lake, which is why it's definitely worth visiting one of our events at the Lake St. Moritz.
Lohnt sich auf jeden Fall.
Only 15 kilometers further, we visit farmer Mindy on his Engadine River Ranch, an idyllic organic farm with cow-calf operation, horses, and direct marketing.
Ja, wir sind hier jetzt auf der Engadine River Ranch.
We are here at the Engadine River Ranch. The Engadine River Ranch is a cow-calf operation farm with Angus cattle, and we market our meat entirely ourselves through a farm shop. We sell homemade products there. We also have a lounge for drinking coffee and relaxing. In addition, with our horse farm, we offer every tourist the opportunity to go on a trip to our beautiful Engadine. In winter, we do 1 to 2 hour trips. And in the summer, we also do day trips and occasionally multi-day tours. But also special things like horseback riding and yoga, or horseback riding and wellness.
Yoga oder Reiten und Wellness oder so Sachen.
Because people also ride out in winter with the horses, the desire for a way to prepare the icy and snow-covered paths accordingly arose more and more often. That's why Mindy bought a Mueller Nordic tiller himself a few years ago, with which he is very satisfied. For a few days, the farmer had the opportunity to test a completely new combination on his own farm. A John Deere 6120M with rubber tracks, 12-way dozer blade, and the pro version of a Mueller Nordic tiller machine. The tractor was provided by Hubert Abi Agi. The Swiss general importer for John Deere agricultural machinery sees great potential in this technology.
Wir sind in einem Skigebiet im Kanton Graubünden.
We are here in a ski area in the canton of Graubünden. There are many snow groomers here and therefore many cross-country ski runs and winter hiking trails. So far, we have had a vehicle with rubber tracks in use in Flims, another ski area nearby. Now we had a chance to equip a demo machine with this combination. I can already sense a great demand for it because the tractor can be used in a variety of ways.
Der Traktor ist multifunktionell einsetzbar, ja.
We'll go all out and prepare a toboggan run high above the valley floor. The path is steep. The snow is wet and heavy. Nevertheless, the vehicle bravely fights its way up. The wide rubber bands with screwed-on spikes ensure safe progress. Mindy himself was out and about in the ski area with snow groomers for 20 years. But this is the first time he has driven a tractor on rubber tracks. What is his opinion?
Ja, ich dachte zuerst noch, geht's echt da oben?
At first, I wasn't sure if it would work, if I had enough grip, because it's very steep up there. But when I drove the tractor for the first time last evening, I was extremely positively surprised. I never thought how well it works. Both up and down, you have very good grip while driving. Even with the 12-way dozer blade, which I am used to from the snow groomer, you can always easily take some snow with you to fill holes or correct the slope. The tiller does a very good job. It levels very nicely, but with the dozer blade you get certain extras. I really liked the combination of power, the continuously variable transmission, and the easy handling of the vehicle.
Von der Bedienung her hat mir das Fahrzeug jetzt eigentlich sehr gut gefallen.
The John Deere 6120M, which, by the way, is currently the best-selling tractor in Switzerland, proves to be a compact but very maneuverable tractor in this application. The powerful four-cylinder engine provides up to 145 horsepower with boost. Thanks to the sloping hood, Mendy has a good forward view of the dozer blade. The continuously variable transmission allows him to fine-tune the driving speed. Down in the valley, we now want to work on a cross-country ski trail. To do this, we drive back to the company on the road. This is not a problem because the tractor with rubber tracks is approved for speeds up to 25 kilometers per hour. The machine will also do a good job the next time we use it. In just one pass, we create a skating track, and with the hydraulically lowerable track plates, a classic cross-country ski path. Mendy, who owns a Mueller Nordic tiller himself, is convinced of this technology, but also sees the further developments in the new Pro model.
Ein Punkt ist ganz sicher, ich habe jetzt die Müller-Fräse schon ein paar Jahre da.
I have owned a Mueller Nordic tiller myself for a few years. I used the tiller under very tough conditions, but for all that, it is still very cheap to maintain. So far, I haven't had any major expenses, which eats you up these days when you have extremely high maintenance costs. I appreciate this quality very much. My Nordic tiller is already a few years old, and it is interesting to see what has changed compared to the new one. What I complained about with my tiller is optimized with the new Pro version. I think the Nordic tiller handles both hard and soft snow very well.
No master has fallen from the sky yet, but after a few tries, the machine leaves a decent snow surface. In any case, Mendy is firmly convinced that the driver plays a big role here.
In my opinion, the quality of the track depends a lot on the driver. When you drive a Pistenbully 600 up in the ski area, one driver prepares a perfect slope, and the other one, you wonder what's going on. And it's exactly the same with the tractor. It's about settings such as cutting angle, tiller speed, driving speed. So I think the tractor is equivalent to a snow groomer.
Muss ich sagen, ist das gleichwertig wie eine Pistenmaschine.
Oliver Hanselmann, who is responsible for selling Mueller devices in Switzerland, is happy to have found a strong partner for this project in Hubert Abi.
In Switzerland, we need a partner with whom we can sell our machines and who will provide the necessary support for the tractor itself. With Hubert Abi, the general importer for John Deere tractors in Switzerland, we have found a strong partner who makes this possible for us. As with Lindner tractors, this way we can look positively in the future together.
Anyone who wants to get an idea of how the machine works, but also wants to experience the beautiful mountain landscape, is always welcome at the Engadin River Ranch.
Jeder, der mal hier im schönen Engadin ist.
Everyone who is visiting the Engadin, the country where the Inn River has its origin, is welcome to visit the Engadin River Ranch or visit our website. Take a horse ride with us or enjoy the beautiful landscape together with us. Everyone is warmly welcome.
Herzlich willkommen.
6 weeks later, winter has really struck again. In the freshly sugared Glim Valley, we meet up with Helmut Schneider, who has been running a ski and bike school here for 13 years, with equipment hire. Shortly after 8 a.m., he starts his new tractor, a Massey Ferguson on rubber tracks, which he bought specifically to take his course participants from the local hotels to his ski lift. Healy explains the situation and the task to us.
Our
problem was that we are away from the center and the hotels here by the ski lift. Our hotel and the ski rental are about 1 kilometer away by foot. You cannot expect a family with children to walk this distance by foot with ski boots and skis. That's why we've had a need for a shuttle service for a long time. Finding a solution was not that easy, because the whole thing has to work smoothly. Guests must be able to board and disembark safely, and there must be no traffic chaos during the journey. The main task was to find a solution with which you can also drive into the field, and that with the trailers and the entire load. without getting stuck or causing major damage to the ground. This is how we came across the rubber tracks, which has already proven itself very well this winter. This season was very mixed for us. We had both, a lot and almost no snow. We were very gentle to the ground with the tractor. The biggest problem turned out to be the small tires on the trailer. If there was damage to the ground, it was the small tires that caused it. When driving the tractor, you basically don't even notice that the trailers are attached. You can get into and out of the field effortlessly.
The two trailers, which were specially converted for this purpose, 40 to 50 people have space. Heli has retrofitted spikes on the rubber bands of the rubber tracks to ensure maximum safety for its passengers even in slippery conditions. Everyone can imagine for themselves how often he would otherwise have to put snow chains on and take them off again on usual tires. Of course, driving comfort on the road is not as good as with air tires, and the permitted speed is also limited to 25 kilometers per hour. However, Healy sees no disadvantage in this.
Für meine Zwecke, also für den Personentransport, ist überhaupt kein Nachteil.
There are no disadvantages for my applications, the passenger transport. With two trailers, I'm not allowed to drive faster than 25 kilometers an hour anyway. With three trailers, even only 10 kilometers an hour. We also drive for most of the route in the pedestrian zone, where you are not allowed to drive faster than 10 kilometers an hour. Therefore, this speed is optimal for me. Besides, the rubber tracks is a dream to drive on snow or off-road. On asphalt, of course, you don't have the same comfort as with air tires, but it's not disturbing.
Aber ist jetzt nicht störend.
Arriving at the training location, the passengers disembark and are warmly welcomed by the ski instructors and their mascot. Healy offers courses for all skill levels, but it is the youngest guests who are particularly important to him.
Ja, meine Leidenschaft ist da beim Kinderland, dass ich das...
My passion is working together with the children. My job is to organize the stay for the children so that they have as much fun as possible and learn to ski at the same time.
Und eben das genießen können.
The snow in the children's land is provided by the Seibach-Hinterglemm mountain railways and prepared as required, a support that Healy greatly appreciates. For a few days, he was able to do this work himself with a demo vehicle from the Mueller company. How did he deal with that?
Es war sehr interessant für mich, dass wir jetzt die Möglichkeit gekriegt haben.
It was very interesting for me to prepare the slopes ourselves. I now appreciate the work of the mountain railways even more because I've now seen how much work it is to prepare the slopes yourself. But I also noticed that with a little practice, I got faster and better. Another advantage of the tractor is that I can drive it in the field and on the road.
Glaube ich, ein bisschen leichter.
In contrast to a snow groomer, it is the versatility of the tractor that convinces Healy at the end of the day.
Der Traktor in der Ausführung mit dem Raupenfahrwerk.
The tractor in connection with the dozer blade and Nordic tiller is unique. I can use it all year round. A snow groomer would stay in my garage for 8 months. I can use the tractor for my slow train, for clearing snow, for setting up and dismantling the whole ski area, for preparing the slopes, and in summer with tires for mowing and haying.
After this operation in Seibach-Hinterglemm, Mueller takes the tractor to the German ski area on the Zugspitze for a final demonstration. The head of the company looks back on the past few months with gratitude, but also with pride.
Mit dem Einsatz auf der Zugspitze endet unsere Saison.
Our season ends with the demonstration on the Zugspitze. We would like to thank all customers who tested our vehicle this winter and gave us feedback. This allows us to learn. We can improve our vehicle, and we can offer the ideal vehicle to the customer. We would be delighted if our customers came to visit us at our Interalpine booth in Innsbruck.
Uns besuchen kommen.
Dear viewers, now it's your turn. Tractor or snow groomer? Which would you choose and why? Write us your opinion below in the comments and leave a like if you enjoyed our operating report. If you want to learn more about the technical details now, be sure to visit our YouTube channel. There you will find various videos about the Nordic tiller and the 12-way dozer blade from Mueller.